Hi and welcome to Reseller News. My name is Rich Pasini. Today is September 30th, 2019. Thank you for tuning in. I just want to start off by saying thank you to all the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel. It is greatly appreciated. I hope you like the content and come back for more. Before I get started with the Reseller News, I just want to say to you guys, how is your sales going? Are you making any sales? Today I made 3. Had a couple offers on my listings here because I have I don't know how many listings, I forgot, not much, and a couple buyers. I love when buyers make these requests. I had one buyer respond to an offer of an item I'm selling, and he told me, well, he or she said, I'll give you the $19, but I want you to pay for the shipping. And I automatically declined it. I said, that's not going to happen. For what I got the item for, and if I was to do a transaction like that, guys, I wouldn't make nothing. I'd be coming out like you're saying, goose eggs. That would be me, goose eggs. I wouldn't make any money. But I got to get these buyers credit. They do try to get the best deal they could, and I'm willing to work with buyers. I really am. Buyers are my number one priority. That's the gospel truth. I mean, I will work with you guys the best I can, but when I get ridiculous offers, I decline them. I really do, because, you know, I'm selling the item as it is, cheap as it is, and I'm giving you a best offer. Now, if the guy said he wanted to pay the price I wanted, okay, the item was $19. So he was willing to give me what I was asking for, but he wanted me, he would accept it, you know, if I would have accepted his offer for $19, he wanted me to pay for the shipping, and I can't do it. I just can't do it. But I have to honestly say, you got to give them the credit, though, folks. The other thing I want to talk about is when it comes to using promoted listings versus your organic. I'll be honest with you. I tried promoted listings. This is the weird thing about it. I had all my items listed with promoted listings, and I didn't get one sale from them this past couple days. This is strange. As soon as I take all the promoted listings off my listings, I started getting sales. Figure that one out. It's funny. I mean, I find it amusing. I said to myself, wow, I had the promoted listings on there, and you would think I get sales. I removed the promoted listing, and I get sales, you know. So anyway, I don't know. It is what it is, you know. That's the world of e-commerce, you know. I mean, it's crazy stuff, but it is what it is. But I don't know. In regards to promoted listings, folks, if you're wondering like what my take is on it, if you were to ask me, Rich, do you think promoted listings does help, or, you know, how do you feel about it? I don't really think much of it. To be honest with you, before promoted listings came out, I was making sales, not a lot of sales, but I made enough sales, you know what I'm saying, before it came into existence. So for those of you out there who use not promoted, but prior to using promoted listings, and I'm sure a lot of you out there, I've been some sellers that have thousands upon thousands of items they sold. You know, when you see that silver star, the shooting star, those are people that are mega sellers. I mean, they're selling a lot of items. I mean, thousands upon thousands of items. And I would think they got those there before they used promoted listings, I would think, because when did promoted listings come out? Last year, the year before? Was it, what do you mean this year? I don't even remember. I don't know. My take on promoted listings, I'm wishy-washy with it. The only thing I will say is this. For those of you out there that may want to try it, try with 1% rather than going with their suggested trending rate is. Try it with the 1% first. If you want to go higher on something, I would do it on one particular item or a couple items that you feel may need that extra exposure. But I don't know how that all interrelates to one another, you know, how it correlates with one another. You know, because like I said again, I found it kind of amusing. I mean, here I am using promoted listings, and sales were flat. I went last night. I took off the promoted listings, and I got sales today. Not much. Three sales. Oh wait, actually, four. I'm sorry, I got 4 sales today. I found it kind of amusing. But I will say this. Though. Keep this in mind. Um, I sold a pair of girls' shoes, ladies' boots, juniors, whatever, little boots there. I think it was size 5.5 or size 6. I think whatever it was. Actually, yeah, 2 pairs. Today I showed 2 pairs of shoes. The one I dropped off the mailbox because that came in earlier. The other ones came in later came later on, so I couldn't drop them with the post office. But I use the that best offer thing where you could contact if you have not best offer. If you have watchers and you want to contact the buyers, I did that. I did do that one day. I did that on a couple of them. Now, that's even a little funny too because even though I contacted the watches and I dropped the prices, this is funny. You're gonna get a kick out of this. I dropped the prices down on a couple of items, right? And with the watches, the potential watches, and I didn't get any response from them, except for the shoes. I knew that because when I looked at the pricing of the shoes, I said, "Oh, they took me up on an offer," and I also lowered some prices too. But the funny thing is, even with the offers I make with that service, it seems like the watches. It seems like you're telling the watches basically, I'm going to give you a good deal. I'm going to drop the price $5, $10, whatever it is. You would think they would jump at it. By them not responding to it, I'm getting what I'm asking for pretty much. So, I mean, that's a little gray area there as far as that part goes. So I don't know what to make of it. I said, I think in my yesterday's video, eBay is like YouTube. You got to experiment with it. You got to play around with it. When you're doing eBay, you have to do trial and error things with it. Do test runs with it. Like I said yesterday, I think it was yesterday. If you're going to do a listing, reverse the words or the title around. Like I said again, if you're going to sell the Keurig, like me, I'll use a Keurig coffee pot. You could try it, Keurig mini coffee cup maker or coffee pot, make a coffee, whatever, coffee maker. And then you could reverse it, or you could just, instead of putting the model number, just put down mini cup, make coffee maker, whatever, Keurig mini cup. That's what I did. I took out the model number and I didn't put it in the title, I put it in the display. Okay. And, and how I did that, again, is I went through watchcount.com, typed in Keurig coffee pot, coffee maker. And when watch count came up, I went to the one that had the most watches on it, copied the title, put it in mine, I revised mine, and boom, I started getting sales. I started getting responsive offers. But you got to play around with eBay. You got to play around with it. Check the categories out. As I said once before, see what the categories are, because some people put their items in different categories. And believe it or not, it comes up. There's also another program. I think I might have mentioned to you guys once before, called Fat Fingers. It's called Fat Fingers. It's what it is it's a website. I'm not sure if it's fatfingers.com. I'm not sure. If I find it, I'll put in the link below on the comment box. With that website, it deals with eBay, and I'm quite sure it's eBay. I don't know if maybe with all the platforms. I got to look into it more. I haven't used it in a while. What it is people will type in an item and they might misspell it, but yet it still shows up on search. Crazy as it may seem, people do it and it works. I've seen things happening on eBay where people misspelled it. I myself sometimes will misspell something, but it still comes up in search. But this thing I think it's called fatfingers.com. I don't know. If I get the link, I'll drop it in there. I'll drop it in the comment section below. You can check it out for yourself. I think, as a matter of fact, I think I might have gotten that information off of watchcount.com. I think, the little advertisement bars on the side, I think it might have been on there. But anyway, if I'll find out, I'll put it in there for you. But, I just find it kind of amusing, though, getting back to with the buyers. Some buyers are really funny. I mean, I got to give them credit, though. I got to give them credit. I mean, the way they approach these situations, especially with me, I'm selling items cheap as it is. And I love when I get these low ball offers in there. And I just sit back and amazed and I say to myself, should I counter with these people or just decline it? And then I said to myself, one time I was doing that, I was going back and forth, I forget what it was. I think it was with a puzzle. And I had it, I think it was for $9.99 or something like that. And the buyer said, I don't know, I'll give you $6.99. We counted, go back and forth. Eventually he ended up buying. He goes, you drive it because you work a tough bargain or something like that there, because with, I guess, going back and forth. I didn't want to give it away too quick. I didn't want to just give it away. And in that case, that was rebuttal. We were going back and forth. I think we did it 2 or 3 times, and then on the third time, he said, "Okay, he accepted it." He said, "You drove a hard bargain," or something like that, something along that line. And sometimes you got to stick to your grounds, folks. Some people will literally want things next to nothing, if possible. I was talking to my brother. We were talking because he sells on eBay too, and that's the other thing. I don't know if you guys read stories or heard stories like that where I read in some of the blog sites where sellers will be selling items on eBay, and the buyer will claim they have received it. And my take is this. Here's what I have to say in lieu of that. If you're going to sell something, be it jewelry, a laptop, or some high-priced item, my threshold is up to $100. Anything up to $100, no, actually up to going for $100, I will send the item with signature delivery. Why? Because number one, the letter carrier will not leave the package on the porch. Okay, now I did a video a while back about porch thieves. Okay, if you check it out, I don't know where it is, but if you ever check it out, come across it, check it out. The video was based on people who will order items on eBay or whatever platform it may be, get the item delivered, and then the item is stolen because, especially if you're in a high traffic area where there's a lot of people walking back and forth, they see the packages on your step, they're going to take it. Okay? And therefore, in some cases, the buyer may be right. See, a lot of times people may be thinking, well, maybe the buyer is saying it there because he wants to get a freebie out of it. He wants to just say he received it, but he never received it, which could be, there's a probability that could happen. But at the same time, it may be a real thing. It may be a real possibility that someone did go up on a person's porch and stole that package, and therefore the buyer didn't get it. So that's like a little gray area over there when people say, oh, you can't trust the buyer, or they make an erroneous statement saying that, well, maybe the buyer just wants to get a freebie thing. Look, granted, there's good and bad in both. Okay, there's honest sellers and there's honest buyers. Okay, people will go to certain extents to get something free. Okay, I think personally it's crazy, but my take is this. For all intents and purposes, if you want to save yourself a little time and grief and aggravation, if you're a person that got burnt once or twice or whatever, 3 times, first I wouldn't let it go that long. If after the first time, that's it, it's done. Send the item. You're going to get delivery tracking anyway if you buy your postage through eBay. Pay the additional price for the signature delivery. Pay it into your cost, your shipping cost, all right? If it's $2 or $3, whatever it is, pay it into your price, your shipping or handling cost, and you'll have a little peace of mind. Especially if you got burnt like that. Okay? If you got burnt like that, you say, oh, buyer says, I never received the item, and all right, if you got delivery tracking, it's one thing. Again, delivery tracking is good because, it's good for one thing. It shows that the item was delivered. Remember one thing, folks. Keep this in the back of your mind. When a letter carrier gets an item, I seen it happen with my own eyes, okay? The letter carrier gets the item, he scans it. Now, my letter carrier will, if it's a package like an envelope, what he does is he scans it, you could hear the beep going off, and then he puts it between the doors. Like he'll open the screen door and put it there, and it sits there, all right? Technically, anybody could still walk up there and take it. Okay, there's really no protection. Just because a letter carrier scans it, it means, it was delivered to that address. Well, hopefully that address. But it doesn't mean anything else. It could still get stolen. What's good about signature delivery confirmation, the letter carrier will not leave it there. I think they make a couple attempts, and then eventually, because you got to sign for it, and then eventually I think it goes back to the shipper. Or it stays in the post office. One of those things where you've got to physically go down and sign for it. Now, this is an open and shut case. If a buyer claims they never got it and you have signature delivery, we'll say, well, hey, hey, eBay, somebody signed for it. It should be an open and shut case. That's it. It's done. Okay? And I'm sure eBay will work with you and be on your side in a situation like that, especially if they have a signature on it. I can't see eBay denying, saying, no, we can't honor that. Now here's the other thing. Now, if you live in a household where you're rooming with a roommate, or you have whatever people, like maybe you have relatives coming over or something like that, or maybe you stepped out or whatever it may be, and you have somebody in your house to sign, and it's going to that house where that's where you live. From what I understand it, if somebody signs for it on that premises, I think that should be okay. Okay. Because somebody had to physically sign for it. Now, if somebody's sitting on a porch and they don't belong there, and the letter carrier comes and says, hey, you live here, and the person can say, yeah, I do. Can you sign for it? And the person signs for it. That's another story. But hopefully it won't work out that way. But going forward, folks, I don't want to get into I can just say it, the what ifs. It could happen this way, it could happen that way. I don't want to get into that there because there's a lot of variables with that. All I'm saying is, if you're selling something, jewelry, a laptop, expensive stuff, expensive electronic. I call expensive anything over $100. If you have a threshold, that's different. That's what my threshold is. Anything up to $100 and over gets the signature delivery confirmation. So my suggestion to you guys, just to sum it up in a nutshell, use it, have a peace of mind. And some people may basically say, well, I don't know about that there. I can't see it not working. Right? So I'm just sharing that. But as far as otherwise with the sales things and promoted listings, play around with it. See what happens. If you got a good item in there, let's say you're selling something pretty pricey and you want to use promoted listings, try it on that particular thing. If you want to go with the trending percentage, what eBay recommends, or the trending, just look at the price, what it's going to cost if that item sells, because I think it will, if I'm not mistaken, it does give you the price of what that item's going to cost if it sells. So think about that. Keep that in mind too. Okay. The more expensive, the more bigger the percentage they're going to get. eBay's going to get on top of the insertion fees and final value fees, I believe. I think that's how that works. But right now, as of now, I took all the promoted listings off, and I did a test. A lot of my items are still showing up organically without the promo listings. But I'm not saying it's bad. Try it out for yourself. Okay? In the beginning I was flip-flopping with it. I tried it out. I thought I was getting some. There might have been one. It could have been too coincidental too. I did a video, and I think I might have did a video and said I tried promo listings. I made a couple sales, but it could have been coincidental. You know what I'm saying? So I really don't know. If you're really gonna try it, use promoted listings, do it right from the get-go, and try it for a month or 2 months or whatever, and see what happens. If you feel nothing's happening with it, then you may want to just go organically. Let it do what's on its own. Just let it. Hey, I've been selling things for the longest time without promoted listings when I first started, and I am where I am today. I made sales, I'm making sales, but not a lot, but I am where I am today with it, and that was before promoted listings came into existence. And the other thing, like I said again, if you do have the watches on some items, and you want to make that, you want to send a buyer another offer, making a best offer, whatever, not best offer, but that you want to drop the price down, go for it, try it out. Make sure you're comfortable with that price, though. If you got something that you're selling for $29.99 and you drop it down to $24.99 or $20 or whatever, make sure that's what the price you're going to feel comfortable with. Because once you send that offer to that watcher and they respond to it, that's it. It's a done deal. Unless you want to say, I got to cancel the order because there was an error in the pricing. I didn't mean to sell it for $20. I really wanted to sell it for $29.99. So make sure you know what you're doing with and what you feel comfortable with when it comes to that. I'm talking about sending watches or offers. Okay? Make sure you're comfortable with that. With all of that set aside, again, it's a late evening. It's going on 10 p.m. over here. I'm in the East Coast of New York, so I've got some windows open up from e-commerce bites, and just so I don't have to keep repeating myself. For those who are new, I do not read everything verbatim. I will give you the website and the URL, and the rest is up to you to pick up where I left off. Now I'm going to expand a little on each because I am getting tired, but I need to do this. I want to get this information out to you guys. I like sharing stuff. I love helping out, and the best way I know to do it is by sharing information with you. The next 7 windows that I have opened up are going to be from e-commerce bites. So I'll give it to you right now, the URL. It's going to be for all 7 of those windows opened up. It's www.ecommercebites.com. And that's going to be for the remainder of those windows opened up. I think I have 7 windows open up. So I'm not going to repeat it over and over again. You got it. I'm sorry if people, I can't read everything verbatim because I'll get too tired to read it, and then this video takes so long to do it. But I want to get it out there. I want to get this information out there for you, okay? So without further ado, let's get right to it. Okay, here's the first one. This came out September 29th, 2019. eBay bars potential buyer from placing an offer. Interesting. Let's read a little into this here. A reader tried to place an offer on an item listed on eBay and received the following message. Bidding on or purchasing this item is temporarily restricted, as we are waiting for the seller to submit additional information. You can continue to buy from other sellers, and rest assured that this does not reflect against your buying record. Oh, geez. Thank you for understanding and for shopping on eBay. We are aware that eBay may place restrictions or limits on buyers. That's not what's happening here. If eBay restricted the seller, why are their listings still showing as available? It seems like a frustrating user experience for shoppers. It also may make buyers wary of sellers when this happens. Has anyone else experienced this? Now, I'll scroll down here in case you don't want to go to the website itself, but I highly recommend you do, for the simple reason is there are active hyperlinks. You see on the right hand side where my mouse cursor is? These are active hyperlinks, okay? And in some cases you may want to read them. If you don't, I'm going to scroll down here. Now the rest is going to be comments. If you don't want to, you can just pause the video and you can just read it that way, okay? So I'm going to go fast. You guys could always pause the video if you want to read the comments. I definitely recommend you read the comments because some of these people are buyers and sellers, and the comments they leave on there sometimes I find them very interesting, and they bring out things that I wasn't ever aware of in some cases. So you may want to check this out. All right. Again, it's getting late. I don't want to spend too much time on it. You can log in if you want to, voice your opinion, whatever. If you want to, get involved in the chat line here, whatever. You're more than welcome to do that. All right. Let's close this window out. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to try to wrap this up as quick as I can. This one came out September 27, 2019. eBay pushes sellers into offering one-day handling. Some sellers got a shock today when they learned eBay is pushing them into a one-day handling by making their default for new listings. Wow. In an email notification that went out on Thursday, eBay explained sellers still had the option of adjusting their handling time. But it means sellers will have to be more careful than ever before hitting the submit button when creating a new listing. eBay didn't note it would offer seller protection for late shipment defects that are a result of the update January 1st, 2020. Here's the text eBay sent to sellers. We're updating our pre-filled handling time value in the listing flow to 1 day for sellers who consistently ship faster than current defaults. Now, again, that's my grandfather clock going to be going off. I'm sorry, folks, you can hear that chiming again. I forgot to silence it. Anyway, you can read this story, the rest here, again. And I'm just going to scroll down here. You see over here in blue, this is an active hyperlink. You may want to click that on and check it out. All right. The rest are comments. Again, if you want to pause the video and you want to read them, I recommend you do. I think it's very good because, like I said again, these people, the buyers and sellers that respond to or place comments on this website, bring out good things, like I said again, that you and I may not be familiar with. All right. So I scroll down to the bottom here. I'm doing this for you guys because you guys are great and you're number one. All right. So I'll go back up here. The story you're looking for: eBay pushes sellers into offering one-day handling. Okay. Let's move on. This is an Amazon story. This came out September 25th, 2019. Amazon continues seller suspensions without warnings. Interesting. While I'm a registered seller on Amazon, but I don't sell at the present time. But let's read a little into it. After Amazon changed its agreements with the sellers over the summer, merchants believed the marketplace would give them a 30 days notice before suspending their accounts, according to Business Insider. But sellers are still being suspended without notice, according to the publication. Now, if you guys out there are Amazon sellers, this pertains to you. You may want to read more into this. Remember, the blue wording here is active hyperlink. Okay, I'm just going to read this one over here. It says in July, Amazon announced changes to the Business Solutions Agreement. It gave Amazon the right to terminate seller accounts with 30 days notice. However, it said it could suspend or terminate sellers' use of its services immediately under various circumstances. Okay, I'll scroll down here, and again, folks, you know the deal. All right, I'm not going to keep repeating it, but we're getting there. We're closing these windows out little by little. They're going down. All right, so if you are an Amazon seller, please check this out. Read it. Read the whole thing. Okay, let's move right along here. This came out September 29, 2019. eBay froze funds over managed payments verification. Just to give you guys a little heads up here, I did contact eBay the other day. We were talking about certain things. I was asking about, if it's slow, if there's anything going on within the eBay IT infrastructure. And the only thing the teammate told me that with eBay rolling out the managed payments, that's what the new thing is going on with them. That's what he shared with me, because I asked him, is there anything you could share with me? He says that he mentioned about the managed payment thing here. So I don't know if they're rolling out, the program, or they're doing improvements. I forget what he said, but he said that could cause a little conflict. I don't know, not bear it's going to cause a drop in sales, but they are updating that there, I believe, from what I understand. But anyway, let's read more into this here. It's the person's writing to Ina Steiner. For those of you who are new and you don't know who Ina Steiner is, she's the founder and owner of e-commerce bites, and people are on occasion, it could be sellers, eBay sellers, buyers, or whatever, even other e-commerce sellers as well. So this person's writing in, says, "Dear Ina, I feel I have to let everyone who listens to hear what happened to me. Okay, I'm a 20-year seller on eBay, power seller and top rated. The two made it sound like I had to opt in on managed payments by by an October date or else. Okay, now I remember reading about this here once before in the Reseller News, that eventually, if I read correct, it was in one of my Reseller News, that all of us sellers are going to be, I don't know if it's going to be a mandatory. The way I understand it was supposed to be mandatory. We're all going to be into this here, be opted into it. I called eBay up and told them I do not want to opt into this here. So I don't know what's going to come out of it. All I know is what I read. It was, matter of fact, I read the story off of e-commerce bites. So they're the ones that put it out. That's how I found out about it. And it was, again, in one of my Reseller News. Anyway, it goes on to say here, I decided to go ahead and do it because I didn't want to be burdened with learning a new system right before the holiday season when I am the busiest. It has been the worst thing I could have ever done, besides waiting several days for my money to be deposited. See, that's the part I don't like. That's the part I don't like. Okay, you hear what it says? It has been the worst thing I could have ever done, besides waiting several days for my money to be deposited into my bank. They won't use PayPal for this. See, that's going to be a problem. See, this is where I tell you guys I have a love-hate relationship with eBay. It's when they do things like this, it makes me upset, because I like PayPal. The four sales I made today, they put the money in my PayPal account. I transfer the money over to my regular business account, my own personal bank. I love it that way. For the simple reason is it's done right there. One day the money's in your account. I don't like this part. Okay, this is the only thing that bothers me. That's my bank. Okay, it says I had to pay for my shipping labels out of my bank account, since the payments did not go to PayPal but to eBay's pocket. See, this is why eBay gets themselves in trouble in certain things. Where I mean trouble, I mean, they start doing these foolish things, and they turn buyers or sellers off, and buyers too, because they're sellers. So they start turning people off. And eventually what's going to happen, rather than making this business grow, or their business grow, I should say, it's going to turn more people off because of this type of situations they do. They should have it where, like I said, that old saying goes, and it's so true, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This is going to be a problem. I can see it already. All right. Well, I guess for those who opted in. And then it goes on to say here, if you have limited funds, you won't be able to make the shipping labor, so be aware of that. Great, because my account fluctuates up and down in that business account, especially when you're trying to make a living off eBay. If you wait until eBay finally gets your money deposited, you will be dinged for a late shipment unless you find other means to pay for the shipping label. Okay? So I was not happy about that, but I was already in the system. Yesterday, I received an email warning me I had until October 21st to upload a photo ID. That photo ID can only be a government ID, driver's license or passport. Oh, this is going to be crazy. I wonder what this is going to be. I wonder this is going to be like, see, I don't know. You know what? I'm not going to read too much into this, folks, because the more I keep reading into this, it's going to upset me. So I'm going to let you guys read it. You tell me what you think. You want to drop a comment below, please do. I can tell you right now, reading into this here, I'm not going to be too happy with this here. Okay, I'm not. I don't think I'm going to like it at all. I'm hoping and praying that I could still keep PayPal for as long as I can, unless it becomes a mandatory thing, which it sounds like it's going to. And tomorrow's October 1st, folks. You know, let's see what happens. If eBay gets really crazy with stuff like this, starts doing crazy things, that's crazy. I'm looking over here as I'm talking to you guys. Let me just clean my glasses really quick here. What does it say over here? No, I'm sorry, guys. I'm bouncing all around here at the same time. It goes to say over here, look at this part. What is this here? Money being hostage. Okay. I decided to give them a copy of my driver's license as they requested. I don't like giving that much information, especially to eBay. Who's eBay to ask for this type of information? I covered my barcodes, my weight, hair color, height, and eye color. Well, it still showed up my photo. It still showed my photo, state, date, and birth address. They rejected it because they could not read it. And I again sent a larger copy, and once again it was rejected. Why did I need my barcode or anything else? Why does my appearance have to do with selling? Here is their last note to me. What if I don't do this? Your funds will be on hold until you fix this? Oh, this is going to be crazy. Also, you need to do this by October 21st, or you may risk losing your selling privileges. Wow. Wow, folks. This is crazy. This is crazy. I don't know what you guys think. I really don't know what you guys think. Look, I'm not going to get too much in this here. Let's see. I'm reading a little more in this here. As an elderly person, I'm on Social Security alone, and eBay has always helped me pull through the bills and heating costs through this winter. Those days are gone now. D. All right. I'm not going to read too much into it because it's only going to make me upset, and I don't need to vent or go into a rant. You guys could check this out. Read the comments. Read the comments here, folks. Wow. I'm just scrolling down here as I'm looking at this stuff, and I'm saying to myself, I'm looking at some of the comments really quick here. I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. Listen, I share this information with you guys, not to upset anybody, but just to keep you in the loop. I'm sorry, I'm looking at the things as I go along here. I send you this information to keep you guys in the loop of what's going on within the e-commerce platform, especially if you're a seller on eBay. Listen, guys, you tell me what you think of this stuff, okay? You tell me what you think. I'm gonna probably leave that window open because I gotta come back and read this here. I don't want to voice my concerns and issues doing a video here with you guys. Not for anything. Not that I get upset where I couldn't, but I just want to leave this to the side. Let's go. Let's leave that window. This is the one you're looking for. eBay froze funds over managed payments verification. Okay. All right. Let's leave that one there. Let's go to the next one here. Poor usability leads to high fees going to eBay. Oh, brother, here we go. I didn't get a chance to read this, folks, by the way. This came out September 25th, 2019. I know I should have read it and give yourself a heads up, but I didn't. So I do apologize. All right, here we go. Dear Ina, I've been on eBay since 1997 as a buyer and seller. I mostly sell now just to reduce my oversized model train collection because my age. Currently, I have 7 listings for parts, $1.50 and up. Many buyers do not use this cart or do not know how, or for some reason unable to use it in order to ask for an invoice so that I could send them an adjusted combined shipment cost. Then it goes on to say, I have many buyers that trust me to refund their excess shipping they pay, which I always do, which is the right thing to do in cases. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if it's something like 50 cents or 5 cents or something like that, you know, or whatever it is, I don't do that there. But if it's something that's really over and above, I will refund them their difference in money. I've done it in the past, and I will do it again. But then again, here's what you got to take into consideration too. If you didn't pay it into your cost, your handling cost, and let's say you did charge your buyer or came out to be the buyer paid an extra $1 or so, you could always use that. If you know, in some cases, you could use that additional $1 or whatever to pay for your box or tape or whatever. You could apply it to that, you know, and that, for that consideration. For that, I would do that. I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, here's $1. I would put that towards my my handling cost, you know, my cost of supplies, tape, boxes, packing material, whatever, you know. But if it's something really ridiculous, if if the thing was only supposed to ship for $5 and it came out to 10, of course you're going to send the additional $5 back. I mean that's the right thing to do. But anyway, you can read more into this here, guys. All right, that's basically it. Here's some comments again. All right. And I think we're coming down to after this one. You got 2 more windows open up. All right. I'm sorry, folks. I'm doing this late. Normally, I would kind of read a little more into this, but I don't want to bore you guys to death. All right. This is the story you're looking for. Okay. All right. And you know the URL. I'm not going to repeat it. Okay. Watch what you drop in the mail collection box. All right. This comes out September 29, 2019. If you drop off orders in the USPS mail collection box, be aware of changes going into effect on October 1st. What is this now? Woo! This could be a day of surprises here. USPS mail collection boxes can be handy for sellers dropping off orders. But if you use postage stamps instead of online postage labels, be aware. Lint stamp news. Okay. Reported on changing coming October 1st. That may impact you. Oh boy. Okay, let's read this in. On September 26, the United States Postal Service announced most restrictive rules governing the mailing of packages and letters letters franked with postage stamps to alert USPS customers regarding the new regulation. A new warning label is being affixed to the nation's more than 142,000 mail collection boxes. All right. According to the USPS Bulletin article cited by Linz, the new policy is due to modification in the Aviation Mail Security Initiative, which was first enacted in 1996. All right, you guys can read the rest of this here. More great news, right? And the hits just keep coming in, folks. That's why when I seen this stuff, I just gave it a quick glance. I didn't read it thoroughly. I said, I got to share this with you guys. I got to share with my subscribers. I have to. I got to get this out there. All right. We're going to close the last one out here. This is another USPS story. USPS, yep. This story came out September 27, 2019. New USPS site to help small shippers get discounts. Interesting. All right. The USPS is launching a new site on September 30th that will help small and medium-sized businesses get their discounts to approved consolidators. Press release follows. The United States Postal Service, USPS, will launch a new website September 30 for small, medium, and shipping companies. The site will assist small to medium level shippers with the list of USPS approved shipping and returns consolidators that they can use to potentially qualify for discounts and other services. Okay. Here is the blue lettering here, active hyperlink. You know what I'm going to tell you. So I'm not going to repeat it. All right. Not much in comments, but like I always say, I refer you guys to read it. And remember, if you want to post a comment, you must be logged in. Okay? All right. With that, stick around. I'm just going to close out the video. and we'll take the rest from there. Wow, what news, right? And I had to do it late too at night. A lot of changes from what I see here. Not a lot, but enough to keep you, keep you going and keep the steam going, so to speak. I don't know what you guys think about any of those topics there, but if you want to share any information or drop any comments below, I really would appreciate to hear what you have to say about it. I just want to say again to the new subscribers who recently subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. It is greatly appreciated from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I hope you guys do get a takeaway from it. And if you do, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button, like, comment, and share. And if you want to be updated when I post out new videos, please hit that bell notification icon. My name is Rich Pasini. You're watching Reseller News. Today is September 30th, 2019. Wishing you happy eBay sales. Have a great day or a night wherever you are. Until next time, bye-bye for now.